Let me explain Ventoy Installer settings. If your PC has secure boot on, enable this, it doesn't touch your files, it just makes the USB acceptable to secure boot. What the hell is secure boot, you may ask? Well, good question. It is a safety check in modern PCs. Before anything loads, the firmware asks, is this boot file trusted and signed? If yes, it boots, if not, it blocks it. It's not a password or encryption, it's just a bouncer. If you want to know more about secure boot, let me know down below. Next option, partition style. MBR versus GPT. Partition style is just the way the USB drive is organized internally. Think of it like the table of contents of the disk. It does not change how your ISO files behave, it changes how the computer's firmware sees the drive. MBR is the old style. It works on very old legacy BIOS machines and usually also works on newer ones, but it has limits. GPT is a newer style. It's made for Wi-Fi systems and modern big drives. Ventoy works basically the same with both, so if you're dealing with a newer PC that only boots Wi-Fi, choose GPT. If you specifically need to boot some ancient BIOS creature from 2009, choose MBR. Now we open Partition Configuration. This window controls the main data partition on your Ventoy USB. That's where you're going to drop all your ISO files, Windows installers, Linux installer, rescue tools, whatever. This does not touch the tiny boot partition that Ventoy uses internally. But warning, if you change these settings and reinstall, Ventoy will format that big data partition. First setting, file system. You can pick exFAT, NTFS, FAT32 or UTF. Here's the fast explanation. exFAT. It's default, it works on all kind of operating systems, it has no 4GB file limit, so that's an easy choice. NTFS works the best with Windows and have the most features for it, also no 4GB file limit. FAT32, ultra compatible but single files can't exceed 4GB. UDF, it's a niche option. If you don't already know you need it, you don't need it. Next one. Cluster size. This controls how big each chunk of the data on the disk is. Biggest chunks can be slightly faster for huge files, but they waste space if you have tons of tiny files. We're mostly storing big ISO files here, not 10,000 tiny text nodes, so just leave system default value, don't touch it. Next setting. Preserve some space at the end of the disk. If you want to have more than one partition on your pen drive with Ventoy, listen closely. This option leaves empty space at the end of the disk, so you can later create your own partitions there. If you need more than one partition, set it now, because if you shrink Ventoy later in other software by even 1 kilobyte, Ventoy will be like, fuck you, that's not my layout, and it may stop seeing your ISOs. So plan ahead here. Next, align partitions with 4 kilobytes. What this does is line up the partitions with 4K boundaries, which is how modern drives like to read and write data. This helps speed and reduces wear, especially on SSDs and flash. Turning it off is how you make your USB perform like a 2004 potato for no reason, so just keep it on. And another one, clear Ventoy. Get rid of the Ventoy from your disk if you had it installed already. Also format it so backup any important files. Next option from the list, show all devices. Shows every disk including internal drives, powerful and dangerous. Pick the wrong disk and your mood for the weekend is gone. Use only if you're 100% sure. Next, generate VTSI file. Sometimes Windows blocks Ventoy from installing directly to the USB. Could be antivirus, could be policy, could be Windows being Windows. If that happens, you can use this option. When you click generate VTSI file, Ventoy doesn't write to the USB directly. Instead, it creates a file with VTSI extension. That file is basically a ready-to-go image of how the USB should look. Then you open Rufus, select the file, pick the same USB drive you wanted to use and let Rufus write it. It's like, fine, I'll let my friend install me. And finally, non-destructive install. Normally, installing Ventoy wipes the drive and sets its own partitions. Non-destructive install tries to install Ventoy onto a drive that already has data without deleting it. It shrinks partition 1 and adds a small FE partition. It only works if the layout allows it, and there's always risk because we are messing with partitioning, so backup first. This option doesn't convert partition style, it stays as it was. So I made video about Ventoy setup, but basically go to Ventoy, downloads, first link, download latest version, wait 5 seconds, then extract it, open this folder and open Ventoy to disk. Choose the disk you want to turn into Ventoy, choose your options and install. Yes, yes, yes. It will format the disk, so backup every file you have in it. And when it's done, you have working Ventoy on your disk.